So tonight is, I don't even know what there is to say, but it is amazing that it has been a year since we did a podcast the night the Sixers played the Pistons and the
Did we really?
we did. Maybe the last rights Ricky Sanchez of all time. You never know. On the show today, the Sixers win, maybe the last Sixers game of the entire year, and maybe for eternity. So the NBA has suspended its season. We found out just moments before we began to record the podcast. So I remember laughing, not because it was funny, but because the whole thing was so absurd. But we did do, I'm 99% sure we did a pod that night because it's the same night that the Gobert thing happened. Like, I'll remember where I was when I saw it, and I do specifically remember sitting down and doing the podcast. It is amazing that we didn't stop doing the podcast the entire time.
Yeah, no, it sucked. It's been a shitty year. It's been bad, and it's exciting that it's big light at the end of the tunnel, all that stuff. But it's been tough. I know tons of people have lost folks, and I've lost folks, and yeah, let's move the fuck on.
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't want to be doing this anymore.
Jason Dumas reports that I know basically for a fact that the guy's always got good Sixers sources. He is from here, but he works out in Arizona. He says that the Sixers have shown interest in Will Barton, PJ Tucker, George Hill, DeLon Wright, that the last three we've heard of before. Will Barton. I've always liked. I don't think he's exactly what they need, but he's something. He would be a good player to have. I'm sort of in the position. I feel differently than you, I think, about the Lowry thing a little bit, in that I'd rather they just sort of trade little tiny stuff for a player that might be able to help and see how this year goes, as opposed to overspending for something like Lowry at this point. Will Barton would be good, but somebody's going to trade something of value for Will Barton, right?
I'm surprised why Denver would want to move him. I mean, I guess he's a mostly offense, limited defense guy. Not a can't play him defense guy, but just like not a positive. And their three best players are zero to low defense guys. So why not surround them with more guys who are capable of manning up more and taking on a bigger role? Will Barton's a good player. I mean, he's not having his best year, but maybe because he doesn't want to be there. I think there's been especially with MPJ stepping up, there's been like 6 starters on Denver who all want to start and all want to like kind of claim the role of starter, including Gary Harris in there. And I think Will Barton's kind of the odd man out, and I think he's just ready to not be there anymore, maybe. So hopefully there's a little he steps, if he comes here, he would step up a little bit. Can handle the ball, can get his own shot. Goodish shooter, but not a sort of let it fly shooter, not like an unconscious from threes. He's averaging currently his fewest threes per 36 minutes of the past like 6 or 7 seasons. So that feels like a Sixer to me. But I think it would help for sure. The Sixers are basically like, in the playoffs, you're going to get 2 of Embiid, Simmons, and Tobias on the court at all times. Depending on, that's what I want. And Doc has shown a penchant of taking out Simmons and Embiid at the same time so far this season, or a similar time, letting them sit together. And I do wonder if that'll hold up in the playoffs. So Tobias needs another guy, especially with Shake being like a little hot and cold. Tobias needs another guy to like be on the court with him. We need a couple more guys that can create their own shot, because without Ben and Joel, aside from tonight, the offense just craters too often without those guys.
Yep. And that's one of the Shake Milton things, is that he hasn't been able to consistently enough, solve that, so.
Yeah.